Hello everyone, welcome. Hello Twitch, hello YouTube. Hey, Aki, thank you so much for the kind messages on Twitch chat. I have gone ahead and pinned. Make sure to take care of yourselves, and if you need to leave at any point, that is absolutely okay, as this case is quite heavy. Your comfort comes first. Busy Pixel, thanks for coming early on YouTube chat again. Appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're all doing well today. Hope the weekend has been treating you kindly so far. Oh, I am in a good mood, so I'm fully prepared to take on this case, but boy does my back hurt. Couldn't get a nap today. I'm sure I'll be fine though. Oh, Fizzy Pixel, it got hurt. Make sure you take care of it so it doesn't get infected. Ah, that always sucks. I live with a cat, I know what it's like. Okay, let me pull up. Just in case, I've got a guide open in a tab, but I'm not really paying much attention to it. Let's hop on to the game. It was kind of a cliffhanger last time, wasn't it? Couldn't stop thinking about what would happen next, while kicking my feet like a silly schoolgirl with a crush because Edge was back. Ah, that felt good. He sure kept me on my toes for how many hours? A lot of hours. Let's load the data. Oh, you could barely sleep? Hope you can all get some better rest tonight. March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Ooh, made tea, refilled water, and even took the trash out. Let's go, go, go! How productive! I love that. Let's go. On guard. Hey, Matt. Dude, Adrian did it. Let's pretend he's just saying dude every sentence. That's what it looks like. See? Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer, dude, like I said yesterday. I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? Can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. Understand? Well, it's almost time. Mia, we must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Uh-oh. It's him. The killer. This is Wright. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her early this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Jeez, I'm getting chills. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest. If you please, this isn't a game. I say playing a video game. Wait. The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose get longer? 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Let's go, Mr. Court. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor. Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. You must tell me something. Please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Huh? Prosecutor Von Karma has... What? This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. What in the world? I didn't like her, but yo, she didn't deserve that. That was the gift? What in the world? Is she okay? What? Shot? Wow, no prosecution. What's going on? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. Oh, hell nah. His present. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, oh no. It would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. Oh, don't scare me like that again. That's good. Ew. I thought he'd show up. Your Honor. Emergency prosecutor to the rescue. Due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Edgeworth! That was my going live notification today. Edgeworth! The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Aw, just like the old times. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Let's go, AJ. He's been enlightened. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. He's looking like a sad puppy. Witness, your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. What in... Is everyone just this... Is the moon in retrograde? Wait, that doesn't happen. Is it a full moon with Mercury in retrograde? What's up? Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Wow, Edgeworth. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now, let's have your testimony. They told them to make Gumshoe the perpetrator, huh? I don't think so. Gumshoe wouldn't hurt anybody like that. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Spooky boy, welcome! So good to have you today. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. I see our tournament soon. Let's go. Good luck. We believe in you. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Oh, and 1 in 5 days? Sounds like a busy time. I'm so rooting for you, Spooky. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Bare facts of the case. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking to the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. That's all. Oh, had a day off from school, Fizzy, that's nice. Let's have a long weekend. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Bare facts of the case. Alright, let's press. Hold it! Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Oh, YouTube chat, Fizzy was saying they didn't have school yesterday, so that's why I said long weekend. I always loved having a random Friday off when I was in school. Give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony. Okay, pal. Ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. and then there was a short break. Special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during the 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, detective. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant, Madame Guard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. Oh, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence. Shut up, you old perv, what? When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she wanted to get Mr. on guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. And that's when she found the victim's body. The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention will be drawn here to this bandana. Banana? Don't go minion on us, Judge. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. Then what about the knife? Seems to have been struck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. There was a church there. Oh, don't die. We have a crafty murder on our hands here. One's autopsy report added to the court record. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. Jamming Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did a crime to get it. How's that? Updated autopsy report. We thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory then. Guitar case updated. Found out the guitar case had nothing to do. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Wouldn't he notice a suspiciously light case? Yes, sir, even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So the guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right, so it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I feel like that was the start of the case, pal. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. Why arrest on guard? Matt on guard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. Yep, I will be checking the court record. Thank you for the reminders. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jamming Ninja's baton. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and found in Mr. Angard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. How do we know that? Elaborate. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. Knife added to the court record. A gold knife. And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? Jamming Ninja's button added to the court record. All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you like, just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Oh, I'll hit you with all of them, buddy. Cross-examination. I will press, and then I will get to checking what contradicts. Looks like last time all we needed was pressing. But in terms of popularity, Mr. Angard won, did he not? Yeah. But you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corrida was always one step behind Mr. Angard in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Mr. Corrida lost the Grand Prix in the end. It's too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing. In his way. Wait, just 1 second here. Mr. Angard was beating Mr. Corrida in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective? It's not... Well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Oh, I missed that voice! Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Eh? No, not you too, Mr. Edward, sir. That's... I look forward to your pension negotiations. That's mean. Oh. No! Now, detective. Let's continue with the testimony. No, not my poor pension too. Oh, Gumshoe. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. No bully. Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir. What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? There's the jamming ninja's button. And how do you know it wasn't planted there? Huh? What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the jamming ninja's costume. Huh? But can you tell just by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence, not to reel this one in. Yeah, it's a costume. Thread. For sure it had some buttons, like extras. Oh, I appreciate the information in chat, but please don't tell me any spoilers about the future games, even if it's like just really minor ones, like there's a girl there. Like I want to go in completely blind. Thanks for understanding, y'all. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on a button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal. Ugh. That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. Yep, I love blind playthroughs. I do check a guide when I need it, but I make sure it's a spoiler-free one too. When was this button found? Pretty soon after his body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Corrida. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? The fingerprints. Ad starting in a minute 30, by the way. Gonna be a 3-minute ad break on Twitch for 1 hour of ad reviewing, and during the ads I will put on my be right back screen and go grab myself a snack. Either ways, I do not proceed the game during ad break so that everybody, subscribed or not, gets to experience it the same way. How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Huh? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh, that's what you meant. Well, we didn't actually think of that. Can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? Defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. Don't you think that's mighty suspicious, Edgy? Should the defendant the owner of this knife, then? He bought it. That's the first I hear of that. There is no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. Doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Alrighto, I will see you right after the ad break. Thank you so much for sticking around and supporting the channel, be it on Twitch or on YouTube. It genuinely means a lot to me. Thank you so much, and see you in a few minutes. Okay, that took, oh, did it erase my chat again? Jeez. That took, so I'm out of breath from the stairs, a bit longer than expected. Had to go all the way to the garage to fetch a few things. Thank you for waiting so patiently, everybody. Especially with the cliffhanger. Let's go right back to it. It's not great for walking around with either. Oh, well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we are done for. Phoenix. Yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A bottle covered in the victim's blood, and a knife with a guard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Alright. It's a lot of stuff, but still not enough. Tomato juice. I really want to know more about the knife. It's just not sitting well with me. Gate water. Wait a second. What? So the base of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh? It has a gate water seal set into the handle. Oh my god, Gumshoe, you're an airhead. Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel. Sorry, I'm eating in court. Lawyers gotta eat. Which means this murder was not premeditated. Gumshoe has the brain cells of the operation. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. What a brain cell they're passing around in the case. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't... Oh, Gumshoe. The question is... Where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Korida's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim made a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. There is a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. So that's what seemed odd. Didn't even notice, not gonna lie, that completely missed me. Especially what was on top of his table. Something missing, perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Marangard's knife was missing. Oh. Mr. Angard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. Seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. Everyone's sitting down for the murder like, I can definitely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. I think I've got some. He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. Wow. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well, Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat. Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court? I do. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Oof. You may not present one and only one piece of evidence. What is this important evidence you must show to the court? Let's think this through. My attorney's badge, Your Honor. This is the first time I see this. Is this going to happen again? Scary. Ooh, yes, I should totally save. I cannot save right now. I'll be okay. The killer. Okay, court knows about the tabloid. No need to present the map. We know about this. We don't know about wine glass with tomato juice. Crime photo. We don't need that, of course. Celestine Pax's and Adrian Andrews' suicide and attempted suicide reports. One's autopsy. All of these. Yeah, I guess it's just the wine glass. Oh my god, it just might be the tomato juice. Let me... Just because it's my whole life on the line there. Okay, we're good, chat. It is the tomato juice, confirmed. This is a wine glass, is it not? Let's save right now that we presented it. Cause sheesh, that was close. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. Yeah, I was thinking it through, but I did want to double check on the guide. I was so scared. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against Celan. Oh god, 2-day-old tomato, just an open glass. That thing's solid. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were, at one point, sitting on top of the dresser. The tomato juice, it was just there. What's the deal with that? Well, yes, I see your point. However... this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. You got the whole chat laughing, Phoenix. Yes, it's a little peculiar. Oh, Fizzy, don't worry about, like, when I said you got the whole chat laughing, I didn't actually mean the chat on here. I just was referring to a meme. Maybe that was a little unclear. You never have any pressure to chat in any of my streams, everybody. I'm always lurker-friendly on either platform. A little peculiar. Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You can't stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth? What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. But the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. Of course, larkers, chatters, you're all always welcome here. Thank you for choosing to watch. I really appreciate you. That does sound very plausible. Mr. Wright? Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? That's really unlikely to me, I think. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. Oh, risky. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. It just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. It would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. You've turned the situation on its head yet again as usual, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? There is no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough today, right? If you think this wine glass escaped my notice, then course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants, rather they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? Wine glass updated on the court record. Yeah, fingerprints left, like, what does that mean? Could they have been wiped? Forged? Both seem likely. That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? Can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Yeah, does she even like tomato juice? Like, that's such a specific thing to like. Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenarios, it explains everything all too well. You said you'd help me. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. From here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness. Yes, bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Hold back! Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. G-O-T-C-H-A, gotcha! I miss the sprite. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet was the wicked witch of the witness stand? I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything, even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime. Miss Witness, the terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. No, you're not. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays, not that I'm not all edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was a security detail in the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie one. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Also, yes, she has not ever said I am Wendy Oldbag security guard this entire time. They just got over it because they hate her. I don't know, man, this court's chaos. You're a fan of the victim? Look, everyone's crazy over that Angard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. And not me, wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida. Those two were the same age, I was thinking. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Yeah, Matt and Guard and one Corrida were the same age, even though it really didn't look that way. No! Edgy Poo! Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. Chat on both sides is suffering cause all bags here. Hang in there, y'all. Thank you so much for the hydration. Almost forgot, actually. Cheers. Oh, and a stretch break. I'm getting the whole care package. Old bag is annoyingly funny to me. Oh, she's some tense today. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. He was on guard. Mad on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So Mr. On guard came out from the victim's room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Let's press. She's bound to slip. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help, I'll have you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Christ. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door? Something you were interested in? And just what was that? It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone you know you're in a court of law. It's top secret between me and Juan. Oh, and Edgy Poo, of course. Mr. Edgeworth was this thing she was interested in. I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. Looks like we should enforce it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. That's bad. Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of one's room. It was... He was... Yes, he was... I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. God. But I wouldn't give Francisca's whip right about now. Well, I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway. Why are you like this? You saw my client. Are you sure about that? Yes, say. Really? Annoying brat. When I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. You see their face? Please tell the court about the man's face in more detail. You don't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes and his effeminate lips. His right eye covered by his silky hair. His sparkling, shining teeth. His teeth were shining? Well, he's shining all around in this weak spin-up poster, dearie. This weak spin-up? Why do you... I don't care how he looks in this weak issue. Please stay with what you saw that night. Oh, hey, Mimizuku! Hey, it's been a little while. Let me do a quick shout-out. So nice to see you in chat. No issue. Take all your time if you gotta be right back. It's good to see you. Make sure to support my friend, everybody. Last seen streaming... Peak, that's it. Let's go, go, go. Well, on guard's face is the same no matter where it is, you know, you whippersnapper. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? We can't just say it wasn't important, can we? Of course it was important, Your Honor. That voice. And perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. You don't really have to put it that way to get me to say. Mr. Wright, there is something much more valuable than a person's pride, and that is time. Please don't waste this court's precious time with worthless questions. Yes, Your Honor. Think I just wasted his good favor. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Okay, what can we present? Found on guard's hakama. Would Angard have been wearing that, like at the time? He was dressed up for the ceremony, right? No contradiction here, I guess. Something she was interested in finding out. But she doesn't elaborate too much, even though we pressed. It's secret. A good eye out. Oh, this is tough. Unknown age. Maybe it wasn't the person's face, huh? Maybe I should have picked one of the other things. She did say, like, the pin-up, it was so sparkly, that was kinda random. Let's press again. And yeah, if he didn't know the after ceremony was scheduled, like, his manager would have absolutely told him. Oh, looks like this isn't the dialogue I had to repeat. Yeah, let's save. Thank you so much. Been a good 20 minutes. Good job. Oh, maybe I have to press this one. Yes, say. Annoying brat. What about the person's clothes? Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters. But it does. No, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right. So, Mr. Wright. Yeah, the jacket's cool. It's red. Was his testimony just not important or relevant? It was very important, Your Honor. You object me? Perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important? Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please. Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must, I'm sorry, is this going from you, old bag? He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. She's so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there. I don't think she's lying. Oh, yeah. Sweet old lady. Come on. Oh, we got this. Flashy racing jacket. Something that contradicts it. The button found in the hakama? That's gotta be it, right? I'm not gonna check the guide for this one. If I lose health, I lose health. Ooh, nice. Music stopped. Miss Old Bag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Ah, it's the button number 2 on the Jumping Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Angard's body during a full-body search. See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Angard. He was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants. See? See? And on guard is the nickel samurai. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. I was gonna say Phoenix, why are you lying in court? But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Angard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe think I was a beautiful woman by standard. It's hideous. I've got a pre-order stock of my children. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy, I was to CDs ages ago, but it's a record player. Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are documentary on curling. You should take a tip or there from Edgy Poo. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Angard, the man, but Mr. Angard, the nickel samurai? Yeah, the game just skips through these parts, you gotta read real fast. But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw? On guard, yes, now I remember. The nickel samurai, that's right, it was the nickel samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. I had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor one. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside the costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Oh, young guns today. Told you, there is no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so, and what I say is the truth. At least she's just as a delightful witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Oh, I saw cross-examination. On guard. She's just so certain. Express everything. As I like to do. Would you please get on with your testimony? What's your language, young man? That sort of tone is that to take with an elder. My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. What? A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the nickel samurai. She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears. Love pressing everything. Yep, press every button, especially on Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and just stick to the facts. Okay, you promise, right? Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. That's so funny. Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. Okay, you did see the nickel samurai's costume. How do you know who was wearing it? Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream? Oof, hit me where it hurts, old bag. Huh? What do you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I, wanted to be a Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier, who puts any weight into things like that? Lawyers? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? Since Capcom wrote you. All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough? Oh? I got an achievement, huh? Nice. It's just called Judge Wagner. We learned important Phoenix lore today. Why would that be? That way, no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You are such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. Is that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. Gotta go to the ceremony. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. And that included the jamming ninja? Of course it included him. That's why when Angard came out of Dear One's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. So, he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor one. Welcome back, Fizzy. You don't need to think too hard on this one, huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and it's hidden in plain sight. The question is what a contradiction means for us. Well, I'll have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. We'll get there. Why would it have been convenient for him to wear a whole suit with mask and long hakama pants? So yeah, he could hide who's underneath, frame Matt, which is what's happening. What can I present here? The prince, yeah. Not this. You're thinking the pants are big enough to hide a guitar inside. They do look huge. True, there would have been no fingerprints. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't it? Shot down by the judge. That's okay. Maybe I have to present it here? Oh, it was here. Okay. Please take a look at this. Also looks like ad break is gonna start in 8-9 minutes from now, so just a little warning, it's coming soon, but I will keep my best at this trial. Yeah, so it's a knife, big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important in this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? Whose car are we driving? If Mr. Angard was really in the nickel samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Oh, that's right. The nickel samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. I miss those lips. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the nickel samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Edgeworth, I think you're grasping like at straws there. I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Then why would he have the knife? There's a contradiction. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? For argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Angard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Oh, and this represents something. Maybe this? The knife again, actually. I cheated there. Took a quick peek at the guide. I don't like seeing my health bar go down. To wait? Is it something else I'm supposed to... Because it's just the most obvious question. Why carry the knife if there was no intent? I'll try presenting it. If it goes south, we did save just a little bit ago. Take that. Yeah, it goes directly against being so convinced it's a premeditated murder. This knife. This was used by Mr. Angard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself, at that time the defendant held no intent to murder. How do you make such a huge fumble, Edgeworth? If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprint shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order? Order, I say. Order in the court. He used for dinner, it'd be super dumb take for the murder. It would be pretty obvious, wouldn't it? It's already touched by him and all. Was the knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame Matt. It is to frame my client, Mr. Angard, of course. Frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Ugh. Witness! Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Jipu? Ugh. Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Angard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Right then, who were waiting for around? That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct, witness? Ha ha ha. The way you think, you're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? Oh? Okay, I thought the ads break were starting now, but not yet. Hello, not Malk. How are you doing? Yep, it's the one with the blonde manager lady, Adrian Andrews. It was love at first sight for me. Queenie. You're a third-rate judge with a four-rate gavel. Ooh, ouchie. Not Malk, I'm afraid you came at a slightly awkward timing since ads are starting like 30 seconds, but after the ads we will be completely free for a whole hour. And I expect the trial to go on even longer. Oh, you're leaving? Okay, see you later. Thanks for dropping by. Did you come up for a case for me to make? Oh, completely slipped my mind, Fizzy. I don't really know if I have time for that, to be fully honest. I'm already too busy coming up with my own, like, writing a fan fiction right now. I might publish it someday. Today is not the day. It's not an Ace Attorney fanfic. That would be interesting to write. Oh, okay. See you all in 3 minutes. Let me put on music. Thank you for dropping by. I will be right back. here we go. We are so back. Thank you all for waiting. Thank you for being so patient and sticking around to support the channel. It means a lot. Huh. This music was giving me this sense of accomplishment, and I checked and it's the first game's ending credits. That's why it sounded so familiar. Loved the first game's music. Let's go right back to the befuddled judge. An amateur? Me? I'm retiring in a week. So old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Yep, just got back. Thank you so much for sticking around. Maybe, Phoenix, maybe the old Bag was waiting around for that person. Rai, oh my goodness, it's Rai Gnano himself in chat. How are you doing? Thank you so much for dropping by. We're investigating a murder as usual. Big shout out! Make sure you take a look at Wright streams. Epic and fun streams every week. Last seen playing Minecraft. Let's go Epic Minecraft Gamer. Hope you had a lot of fun. Oh. Maybe the old Bag was waiting around for that person. Hope you've been having a nice day. Hope you're having a good weekend. I was actually hoping to catch one of your streams, like, since you usually tend to stream late at night for me. Was hoping to catch your next one. If it is who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag. You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Oh, thank you for the hydration and the stretch breaks, and you're doing good? Heck yeah, it's no issue. I will always shout out my friends. Fizzy, sorry, I wasn't looking at YouTube chat. You're watching horrible Arabic translations into English. Oh, Arabic's your first language? That's so awesome. It's spoken a lot in my neighborhood. I live in a French-speaking country, but you hear like so many languages here. Arabic is a big one. I could not ever like grasp it. It's really difficult, and I love linguistics. Something that writes left to right, no, should I say right to left, huh? Right to left, and a completely different script that looks like nothing I've ever seen, with pronunciation I'm completely unfamiliar with. I really think I would struggle a lot. I'm studying Japanese, which people claim is more difficult, but I think they might both be equally difficult. I don't think it's really a competition between the two languages. Oh, that's awesome. We love multilingual chat. Okay, we were waiting for which person? Yeah, your English is super good. I wouldn't have thought your English as a second language if I didn't know. The person has got to be Adrian, hasn't it? Like, who else would it be? Lotta for the scoop? Oh. I don't think Old Bag cares about Lotta, though. English is hard to master. I'm also English as a second language. I started lessons when I was like 6, and I am now 27, pushing 28, pushing 30, which means I'm already middle-aged. Just kidding, just kidding. Let's present Adrian's profile. I feel confident, like she's the lady of the hour. No? Yes? No? Yes? The music is playing? Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Vanguard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? Long story about that. It seems this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... Well, this is... I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it? Adrian Andrews, without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Okay. Witness, what in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. Very bad feeling. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation, in secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself, personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you young uns. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. Okay, secret info. Give me the tea. That on guard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. Isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before? Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth this article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. This old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, on guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. Is that a saying, Phoenix? Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Why are you talking like this? Secret information. That on guard is an evil man. You can't say something like that without proof. That's a slander. But it's true. That woman was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss AA. But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossipland. What? Are you saying that gossip is all just a pack of lies? Kinda. What do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me that the news is 100% truth. Oh! She got a point there. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip, old bag. Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright. Ace attorney out of context. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Anyway, on guard will never get me to say touché. He thought he could ruin. A scandal? What do you mean by that? You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days? No, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means, even I know that much. Hell, that on guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. Oh, let's skip by accident. You don't have any proof that Mr. On Guard did any such thing. You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. Now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right. You're right, I can't do anything, but boy, do I wish I could do something about you. Alright then, Sonny, show me what you've got. Can you show me proof that Angar didn't bear any ill will towards one? Oh, let's save. Alright, now we're at double extra mega short. Proof that Matt didn't bear ill will towards one. Oh, this is tricky. Should I say no? Should I decline? To present the dead manager, huh? But no clue. I'm gonna take a little look at my walkthrough here. I do have it here for the tough moments. I hope you couldn't hear that bike just driving by at maximum sound, anyway. Okay, there is something that I should present as a contradiction, but not here. Good thing I checked. I don't have anything to offer. See, just as I thought, you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You just give me a free pass, say whatever I want, whenever I want, silly boy. Me and my big mouth. That's the way the cookie crumbles, for you anyway. You took action. And it's top secret, huh? Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Oh, that's because I'm a pro. Yeah, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you have drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Oh, press further, present evidence. Did we press the I took action statement? I skipped over that one because she didn't take too much action, but and plus the guy didn't mention it, so I guess I kinda glossed over it. I admit. But if I get the chance, I'll press that too. I wanna see the dialogue. If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldback? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that. Witness? Hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? I was wondering when this was gonna come in handy. Lotta's camera has been awfully missing. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her own impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Then... Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it, that's the note. Ah? No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you're the one who took Miss Hart's note? I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper, she's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. Was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. Old bag, you are all over the place. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to munch your vintage wine. I missed Edgeworth's roasts. Cheese and wine, sign me up. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once. Judge what? She looks like she's really sorry. That was a great line, right? That's actually hilarious. Should I forgive her? No. No. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. Have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? So stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can. That's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Yes. Miss Old Bag. Let's save. Okay, I'll do my best. I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. Did she steal the guitar? That's too obvious, right? Wait, could it be? Didn't have prints, but that would make sense, right? Let me check it. Oh, never mind. Totally wrong track in my head. Gotta present the camera again. It's 3 Hollywood health bars. I can't lose that. And yeah, you are right. The guitar was found like they mentioned it, right? My memory is hazy. It's been a long trial. Miss Old Bag. That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Laura Hart was raising a huge thing over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Why? Witness? What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you, I fall in love and borrow things from people. Okay. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card and that's when I noticed it said Slimebag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. Bailiff. Check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There is only one photo that seems to be relevant in this case. Please present to the court. Oh? This is the Nickel Samurai. See? I told you, that's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. Okay. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Angard clearly stated that, at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. And then what will happen to Maya? But if I raise an objection here and blow it, that would put Maya's life in jeopardy. And yeah, where are the glove marks? You're right, Fizzy. Can't make a mistake here. This is only one road after this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's something strange, right? There's gotta be. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Alright. Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? So out of focus. Why can't you take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now then, let's hear your objection. Costs all my help. What about this photo is strange? Okay, did I mess up? I'm scared. Something on him? No button. That's true. Doesn't have his buttons. There. So this is the Great Kawa River imitation on the Hakama pants, and is this supposed to be Mount Fuji? Like, I looked at the guide, right, and it said the white part on the front of the left foot. So, here. But I'm trying to figure out why. What are your takes, chat? I guess I'll click here since I'm stumped and I just looked up the answer, but I still want to figure out why this could be before the game tells me. It's not the design of the clothes, is it? Or is it? Like, do they look different than how they normally should or something? Imitation? I don't know. we get it? I would like to direct the course attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? Oh, did we get it? His ankles? Maybe step forward will make the shoe visible or something, maybe. If you could see this person's ankles, then that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. Angard. What is the meaning of this? No, that's not it. Yeah, like the pants are big, but we would have been able to see his feet, right? Yeah, he's pretty tall. I wonder if you would care to elaborate, with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Oh, he had the same idea? Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. His socks, you can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself as if he's only along for the ride. He was enlightened, you know, and like he also said he would help me. Kinda. Along for the ride. What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. Okay, I got it completely wrong. He doesn't feel under attack, then I haven't damaged his case at all? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Mad Angard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Mad Angard. In that case, who is this photo of? Who's wearing the costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? It's gotta be Adrian, yeah. Like, she had reason to be in Corrida's room, even though it's not what the tabloids say. And she stated multiple times that she's of short stature. That she's a small bean. Who's the person in this photograph? It's my badge, Your Honor. Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Angard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Angard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. Certain knife with Mr. Angard's fingerprints all over it. Adrian framing Matt? I don't buy it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Oh? Hey, no, free her! Even if she did that, she did nothing wrong. Free my girl. Order, order, order. It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya. Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. I can't just wait and see. Never pick that. Now then. Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Sanders' testimony if she is not... I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What are you talking about? Ugh. What? What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man? Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. To be continued. Well, dang, that was really fun. That really was a roller coaster. I would be super disappointed if it's Adrian. It can't be her. Like, that's just impossible to me. Prove me wrong. Like, if it turns out that the next case tomorrow proves me wrong, then... I don't know. Come up with something for me, chat. Okay. Ooh. It's gonna be nice to sleep and then stream tomorrow. I am feeling the tiredness catching up. Let's find a cool person to raid, should we? Let me have a look at who is online right now. It is Saturday night. Let's see what's going on Twitch right now. Lots of people are streaming. Yeah, George is farther ahead as me from me as usual. We're playing as attorney. But he is at a place that's complete spoilers for us. Let's see, a lot of my friends are on. I'm not sure what you all might prefer. let's go check out a friend that we've raided before, but it's been a little while. They're playing Minecraft. Let me prepare a little raid message for all of you. So you can easily copy paste. Heck yeah, you already know what up. Let's go. Shichiro raid. Feel free to copy paste that. Let me click on start raid. It should start in a few seconds. Thank you all so very much for coming to hang out today. I honestly expected the case would be a lot heavier on the like suicide mention stuff. I suppose it's gonna be the 2-2 part of the trial. That's okay too. We're gonna be fully prepared for tomorrow. Yeah, so make sure you all stay hydrated until then, take care, and if the subject is something that is upsetting or triggering to you, then don't feel any pressure to come for tomorrow's trial. I can just recap it the next time, so it's all good. Your safety comes first. Okay, see you all next time. It was really fun. Bye-bye.